Hi, my name is Dani Herrera-Verdejo, and this is the Information and Communication Meeting 1 for GelTel. Hi everyone, thanks for joining today. You all know me, I'm Dani, Project Manager for the GelTel project. It's nice to see you all again. We've all worked closely over the past few months, so this won't be a formal introduction, but just to recap, let's all reintroduce ourselves for the recording.
Hi, I'm Chun. I'm the ICT lead. I'm handling the technical setup and the PMIS system integration for GelTel project.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I'll be handling the content and communication. I've been looking after internal and stakeholder communication updates.
Hi, I'm Priyanka. I'm the project coordinator, and I'll be managing the tracking reports, meeting notes, and general admin for the project.
Great, thanks everyone. So the reason I've called this meeting is to talk through an issue we've picked up in the budget report from last month. Some of the figures and formulas in the report were not accurate. The cost tracking formulas in last month's budget report didn't pull the correct data from the project management information system. This meant some of the totals were off by a few $1,000s. Nothing disastrous, but enough to confuse the steering committee when they saw the figures. So today's meeting is about tightening up how we validate information and communicate updates to make sure everything that goes out is clear, consistent, and correct. I'd like us all to look at our information validation process and communication networks so we don't run into the same problem again.
Excuse me. Yeah, I saw that too. It looks like one of the formulas was still referencing the old spreadsheet from the test phase. I must have missed updating that link when I set up the final version.
Exactly. That small error threw off the totals, which means stakeholders got an inaccurate picture of our costs. That's an easy mistake to make, Shampa. It just highlights how important our validation steps are. Toon, can you quickly walk us through how the PMIS currently generates and stores this data?
Sure. The PMIS is set up to automatically gather and generate the financial and scheduling data from the project logs and cost reports, but it relies on manual uploads. It creates cost breakdowns directly from the data we feed it. It can store, retrieve, and analyze data, but it's only as accurate as what we enter and how the formulas are built. If one link in the chain is wrong, the report will show the wrong figure. That's probably where the error started. The system itself is accurate, but if something is entered or linked wrong, it keeps replicating that error in every report it generates.
Exactly. That's why I wanted us to revisit our information validation process. So for example, when I checked our risk register last week, I cross-referenced each entry against the source data in the PMIS and caught a missing date before the report went out. It was a small fix, but it stopped a potential misunderstanding. We need that same habit with all key project documents.
That makes sense. I'm just wondering if there's an update to the data. How do we know that the version has been validated before we use it in our reports? When I was drafting the stakeholder update, I used the budget report as my source because the issue is partly validation and partly communication, right?
Exactly, Alex. If the base data isn't validated properly, it spreads through our communication networks and ends up in stakeholder hands. That's what happened here.
What's the best way to fix it going forward? Double check formulas before sending?
Well, right now we rely on email confirmation, which isn't ideal. I think we should add a validation status tag inside the PMIS, something like checked or pending. Toon, is that doable?
Yes, absolutely. I can add a simple validation columns in the cost reporting module. Once Jumper double checks a figure, she can mark it as validated. And I'll lock that field so it can't be accidentally changed afterwards.
That will really help, and I can schedule a weekly 10 minutes check in with you, Danny, before the reports go out.
Perfect. That takes care of validation. Now let's talk communication networks. How do we share this information? Right now, our updates go through email and the shared drive. That's fine, but it's a bit scattered. I think we could streamline it by uploading the final reports directly into the PMIS dashboard so everyone's looking at the same version.
I like that idea. It will make it easier when I'm writing the stakeholder bulletins too. That way I'll know I'm using the latest validated data and not an earlier draft someone emailed.
Yeah, that will keep things consistent. Maybe we can also create a short checklist for sending out updates like data validation approved by project manager uploaded to PMIS.
Yeah, great suggestion, Shampam. Let's make that our next action. I'll draft a quick communication checklist and share it after this meeting.
It might also be worth setting up an alert in PMIs when new data is uploaded or changed. It can ping a notification to the team. So that way we all know something's been updated and can recheck if needed.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea, Tun. Let's definitely do that.
That'll help me plan the stakeholder updates better. Sometimes I found out about changes a bit too late, and then I have to rush to edit to meet the deadline.
Yeah, exactly. These small improvements will make a big difference in keeping everyone aligned.
So just to confirm, moving forward, we will double check all formulas, mark validated data in PMIS, upload final version there, and use the checklist before sending updates.
Yep, you got it. We'll keep monitoring for the next few weeks to see if the new process works smoothly.
Sounds good to me. I'll hold off on the next stakeholder update until I see validated reports in PMIS.
And I will get the validation columns and alerts set up by Friday.
Perfect. Thanks, team. This has been a productive chat. Let's keep our communication tight and data clean moving forward. All right, that's it for today. Thanks again, everyone.
Thank
you.